Hello, fellers. This is a reading and critique, I reckon, of BFRO Report number 62-19-2. And this one kind of reminds me, you know how in those um, zombie games, right? You got the noobs trying to hunt a deer or something like that, and they're chasing the wild animals around with a squeegee. For some reason, I just kind of got that feeling after watching this, kind of like the Sasquatch was trying, but he needed to kind of hone his hunting skills a little bit. It just seemed the whole scenario seems a little um, silly. Anyway, well, not really. Well, you'll understand after I read it. But what was observed was sitting on front porch with dog. Okay, facing south, a couple of deer came crashing through the woods on the east side of house, running through front acre, going to the south southeast, jumped fence around the corner of property, crossed road, and disappeared into bush across road. Sissy, the dog, did not move, bark, or even raise her head up. Well, that's a good guard dog for you. Less than a few seconds later, I heard footfalls on the west side of the house. He was 2 steps from the fence, um, around front pasture when I saw him. He pushed down top wire, stepped over across the front pasture in the time to look and say, "What the heck?" Pushed down top wire, stepped over the center of pasture. I do apologize. It's the style of writing here is very difficult to read fluidly, I guess is a good way of putting it. Um, so anyway, the Bigfoot, or this creature, was after the deer, in other words. It never looked over at us, never made a sound, except footsteps. Dog only looked up as it stepped over the front fence, barked, and laid back down. It was dark, tall, and wide. Okay, so this thing was basically trying to chase deer on foot. Not very well planned, but okay. Also noticed it happened so fast the dog didn't even bark until it was all the way across the pasture. She raised his head and half barked, like the dog was like, "Yeah, I don't care, whatever." Other stories: I used to live next door when I was about 8. Cousin and I got scared because we thought we saw a tall man leaning against a tree near a newly constructed pond. We were riding our motorcycles this is about 150 yards away from my current front porch. Okay, just before dark. So basically, imagine if you will, you have 2 deer running through your front yard in fear of their lives, and behind them comes this clumsy, lumbering, probably a younger Sasquatch because he hasn't gotten his system down yet, running over his fence, trying to chase him down right after him, not even paying attention to the fact that they're humans here and you're not supposed to interact with them. But I digress. This is a Guthrie, okay, Guthrie, Oklahoma, which does appear to be, in fact, in the middle of nowhere. There are lots of tiny little towns spread out all over the place. You got Tulsa way over there. That's far enough away to be plausible, though. Oklahoma City is just south of here. I don't know where in Guthrie this would be. Probably, well, I don't know. I mean, it's farmland and trees out here, man. There's nothing but farmland and trees out here, and Oklahoma City is the kind of city that just kind of stops. It's kind of like Atlanta. If you've ever driven through Atlanta, it's the weirdest thing because you got woods, 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 woods. Then all of a sudden, bam, huge metropolis, and then bam, woods. It's like there's no gradual decline. You know what I mean? Kind of looks like Oklahoma City is the same way. It's just gigantic metropolis, and then all of a sudden it just stops, and you got woods and farmland. You know what I mean? Interesting. But I don't know. I think it's believable. It's just one of those weird, quirky things. Um, you just caught a glimpse of a Bigfoot running off some deer. I thought that was kind of almost comical. The scenario is just silly. So I wanted to share it with you fellers. Let me know what you think. And if you want to read more, I'm not going to read the follow-up investigation. Um, because sometimes the follow-up investigations are a little bit too detailed, and I'm thinking sometimes the follow-up investigations kind of elaborate into the realm of um, wanting to appease the investigators. You know what I mean. But I digress. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this kind of interesting stuff, if you thought it was terrible, leave a dislike. It's fine. I'm not going to question your ways. Thanks for watching nonetheless. And you have a wonderful day. I'm out.